Psychological interruption. Let me say this quietly, before your mind tries to defend itself. Most of what hurts you does not come from events. It comes from the meaning you attach to them. Right now, your attention is scattered. Pulled outward. Opinions, reactions, noise, other people's moods, all of it enters you freely. And because it enters freely, it controls you. This conversation is not about becoming numb. It is about becoming unmovable. If nothing could shake you internally, what would actually have power over you? That question matters more than motivation ever will. Identity separation. There are two kinds of people moving through the same world. One reacts. The other responds. The reactive mind lives exposed. Every comment, delay, rejection, or unexpected change reaches straight into their nervous system. They call this being human. The disciplined mind builds distance. Not emotional distance, mental distance. Space between stimulus and response. This topic is the dividing line. If nothing can affect you internally, you stop being managed by circumstances. You start managing yourself. Stoic authority. Epictetus said, in a single line, something most people never recover from. People are disturbed not by things, but by the views they take of them. That is not poetry. It is a technical instruction. If interpretation creates disturbance, then control begins there, not outside. Everything that follows rests on that foundation. I want to slow this down now, and go deeper, without changing the direction of what you're hearing. The first reality you need to face is uncomfortable. You spend a large part of your mental energy trying to manage things that were never under your control. Other people's reactions. Timing. Outcomes. Recognition. Fairness. You may tell yourself this is responsibility, but psychologically, it is attachment. And attachment is where disturbance begins. Modern life quietly trains this behavior. You are shown success stories without context, opinions without responsibility, and results without randomness. Over time, your mind starts believing that effort should guarantee outcomes. When it doesn't, frustration follows. Not because something went wrong, but because your expectation was false. The Stoics were precise here. They did not say, try harder. They said, separate your life into what depends on you and what does not. Your judgments, your effort, your discipline, your choices, these belong to you. Results do not. When you confuse these categories, you give external events authority over your internal state. Psychologically, this confusion keeps your nervous system activated. You are always waiting for confirmation, always monitoring results. This creates anxiety disguised as ambition. When you return control to where it belongs, your actions, the mind stabilizes. You are no longer negotiating with the world for peace. In daily life, this changes how you work, speak, and decide. You act fully, but you release the demand for a specific outcome. You stop replaying what you cannot edit. You move forward without dragging resistance behind you. A simple practice anchors this. Before reacting emotionally, pause and ask yourself whether the situation is under your control. If it is not, withdraw emotional investment immediately. Not with anger. With clarity. Say this internally, calmly, I invest energy only where my influence is real. Now, once you begin withdrawing energy from outcomes, a second challenge appears. Other people. Here is the truth most people avoid. Insults hurt because some part of you is already uncertain. If words had no internal landing place, they would pass through without damage. What wounds you is not what is said, but the moment you stop to check whether it might be true. Modern social environments make this worse. Identity is publicly negotiated. Approval is visible. Disapproval is amplified. You are subtly trained to scan for validation. Over time, your sense of self becomes externally managed. Inside the mind, criticism triggers threat responses tied to belonging. Your body reacts before reason arrives. But when you train yourself to observe the reaction instead of obeying it, control returns. You feel the impulse without becoming it. Practically, this means you hear words without absorbing judgment. You respond only if useful. Silence becomes an option again. The practice is simple. When criticized, pause. Feel the reaction rise. Do nothing. Let it pass. You will notice that power returns the moment urgency disappears. Say this internally: other people's opinions do not define my value. As your dependence on opinions weakens, another discomfort surfaces. Physical and emotional resistance. Most suffering comes from fighting discomfort, not from discomfort itself. You exhaust yourself trying to escape sensations that were never harmful to begin with. Modern life trains avoidance. Discomfort is treated as a flaw in the system. Everything is optimized for ease. Over time, your tolerance shrinks. What previous generations accepted without thought now feels unbearable. Stoicism approaches this differently. Discomfort is not an enemy. It is training. Voluntary hardship was used not to punish the body, but to strengthen the mind's authority over it. Psychologically, avoidance reinforces fear pathways. Each time you escape discomfort, you teach the brain that it was dangerous. Endurance teaches the opposite. Applied daily, this means you stop negotiating with resistance. You do what needs to be done despite internal friction. Not aggressively. Calmly. Choose one uncomfortable but useful action each day and complete it without commentary. Remind yourself, discomfort strengthens me rather than weakens me. Once discomfort no longer controls you, praise becomes the next trap. Praise feels harmless, but it binds you to the same external system as criticism. If approval lifts you, its absence will destabilize you. Modern culture rewards visibility. Performance is shape. D by applause. Gradually, internal standards dissolve. Stoic discipline replaces public approval with private judgment. You answer to principles, not reactions. In the mind, praise activates reward dependency. Without awareness, behavior shifts to maintain it. In practice, you define success internally and quietly. You complete actions without broadcasting them. Clarify your standards privately and measure yourself against them. Say this: I approve of my own conduct. With approval neutralized, speed becomes the next illusion. Immediate reactions feel powerful, but they remove choice. Speed bypasses judgment. Modern environments reward instant response. Thoughtfulness is mistaken for weakness. Stoic control introduces delay. Delay creates space. Space creates mastery. Neurologically, pausing interrupts emotional hijacking. Respond slowly. Decide deliberately. Practice counting before responding under stress. Affirm, I choose my responses consciously. Then comes impermanence. Everything you cling to will change or leave. Resisting this fact creates chronic anxiety. Attachment without acceptance guarantees suffering. Stoic awareness of impermanence clarifies priorities. Acceptance quiets the mind. Value without dependency. Remind yourself situations are temporary. Affirm, I remain steady as circumstances change. Next, moods. Feelings are unstable leaders. Principles are not. Modern culture mistakes expression for truth. Stoic virtue remains stable. Principles override volatility. Decide behavior in advance. Write your standards. Affirm, I act from principle, not impulse. Finally, solitude. Dependence on constant company weakens self-trust. Connection without reflection dissolves identity. Solitude restores clarity. Stillness regulates emotion. Spend time alone without distraction. Schedule solitude. Affirm, I am sufficient in my own presence. Here is the quiet truth. Nothing affects you unless you grant it permission. Power is not the absence of emotion. It is the ability to remain directed while emotion passes. You were never meant to control life. Only your relationship with it. Carry one principle today. Practice it quietly.